one man can be in several political parties and at the same time behaving as if that is the norm. It is not. It's either you are in one party or the other. But today, this is what we have in our country today. Because it's broken. Our democracy is broken. I believe that he's done his best for posterity. The two books written by him, The Bubbles of Democracy and The Wadata Wonders, is clearly a testament of experience that he has garnered all throughout his career as foremost journalist. When I was sworn in as a national chairman in 2017, the first appointment I made was to Ike Abonyi as the media advisor to the chairman. We also know that he's been at Wadata House for a very long time, having served also my boss, Okweshileze Modo, when he was there as national chairman. When you go through the Wadata Wonders, several chapters, as I went through, some of them I don't agree with him, but he has his own opinion. He's a man that must tell the world what he has seen and also reflect on his experience while he served there. And so we can't always agree, but we can agree to disagree and agree or disagree to agree. I told him privately that from time to time, like what happens in other places, the need to update. In other words, after now, probably we'll gather more material and facts, and even people will make comments on the content. He will come out with some fresh edition in no time that we will continue to learn and research on it. I'm happy to see our friend here, Show Mimo. He's been a very strong party man who has taken position severally, how what happens in other places can happen here in our country. But unfortunately, it's still far. We are still far from getting to a point where we can say we have democracy. We don't have democracy in our country. There's none. What we have is platform for winning election. And after that, people just, we don't have. Our country is gradually moving in the wrong direction to a place where you can say, Nigeria is on the verge, or Nigeria in liquidation, presided over by Bola Tinubu. Everyone in the communities, the political parties were supposed to be a chain of command from the wards and from the units the same way you conduct the election is the same way the information will flow. What is happening in Sokoto or what is happening in Cross River, down to the grassroots. That mechanism where information can free flow from the political party, even if they are a ruling party. That is their major task. And let the president have those information, not on propaganda. I believe that until we establish a proper democratic political parties where people will stay 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, as the case may be, build, reconstruct, then the country will be in for it. And of course, we will leave something for the generation to learn. But as of today, we have nothing. We are just a country trying to, in the wilderness, to look for where we can settle. And so this book will go far. For the younger ones that are coming, when you go through them, you will begin to rethink and profile solutions for our country so that the entire challenges in this country is so enormous that no one single person, unless collectively we can come together under one roof to resolve them.
So while listening to what is happening, we are working hard to build that new Nigeria where we're going to have political parties that will outlive us, that is organized, that will be bigger than the government. Because, as is narrated here, we now have a situation where those of us who are opportune to be in government have helped to ruin the parties. So let us hope that one day we'll have parties that will be bigger than government, that will be run the way parties are run in other nations of the world, and that will be law-abiding. So I thank those who are writing, and I assure you, let us remain committed to building that new Nigeria.
I would like to begin by acknowledging the role played by my dear brother and friend, Malam Umar Sani, who served as the spokesperson for my presidential campaign and chairs the planning committee for this particular event. When he extended the invitation for me to chair the presentation of these books, I accepted without hesitation. For me personally, it was not merely about supporting a writer or honoring a journalist, but also lending voice to truth, memory, and the kind of storytelling that enriches our national conversation. Just for the record, Ike Abonyi had also worked along with Sani Umar during my run for the presidency in 2022 and 2023. So today's occasion is more than a book launch. It is a celebration of ideas, history, and the indomitable Nigerian spirit. It is a celebration of a man who has committed over 3 decades of his life to documenting our collective journey, often with wit, sometimes with pain, but always with complete clarity. In the bubbles of Nigerian democracy, the musings of a Nigerian journalist, we are presented with over 100 essays that chronicle key developments in our political evolution from 1999 to 2023. Each article, originally published in Ike Abonyi's widely followed column, Political Musings, is like a snapshot frozen in time, offering commentary that is sharp, unsparing, and yet deeply, deeply reflective. Permit me to share a brief passage representative of his tone. And I quote, "In Nigeria, democracy often feels like a mirage, visible, yet evasive, even promising, but ever so distant upon approach. We vote every 4 years, yet somehow denied the freedom of choice. We speak every day, yet remain unheard. And we write constitutions that serve the few who are privileged and never the many who are underprivileged. Such words aren't just clever and profound, they are indictments of our collective contradictions, reminders of what democracy should be and warnings of what it should never become." In the second volume, Wadata Wonders, Memoirs of a Partisan Journalist, Ike takes us into the inner sanctums of party politics, specifically the years he served as media advisor to 2 national chairmen of the People's Democratic Party. The title, drawn from Wadata Plaza, the party's national headquarters, is as symbolic as it is insightful. In 29 brisk and readable chapters, the author shares anecdotes and reflections from his vantage point, offering us an invaluable window into the intricacies of party leadership and the dynamics of power. It is here that I must pause to offer special tribute to one of the towering figures chronicled in the book, Prince Uche Secondus. As national chairman, Prince Secondus displayed uncommon courage, commitment, and enormous capacity. He weathered storms that would have overwhelmed lesser men and remained focused on reforming and re-energizing party structures. I bear testimony to the huge impact that he had on me during my run for the presidency, given the enormous amount of wisdom, insight, guidance, and clarity and purpose that he gave me during my campaign. His leadership not only shaped the course of his party's direction during those turbulent years, but also left an imprint on the broader democratic process in Nigeria. It is no wonder that he is popularly known and called Total Chair. That a journalist of Ike Abonyi's standing chose to document the era of Prince Uche Secondus in detail is a testament to the significance of his leadership and stewardship. Writing books such as these requires not just an intellectual journey through history. It demands courage, discipline, and a certain moral conviction. It is not easy to tell the truth, especially in a country where power often demands silence. Yet, in choosing to speak the truth, Ike Abonyi has done us all a great national service. I also wish to commend the author for promising to direct part of the proceeds from these books to the Ichaporoko Foundation. I hope I pronounced that right. A charitable initiative that supports community upliftment. It speaks to his sense of duty beyond just the written word. To all those who are gathered here, your presence affirms the power of storytelling and the need to preserve our democratic history, however imperfect that might be. These books are more than memoirs. They are mirrors inviting us to reflect, to remember, and to reimagine. On behalf of the organizers and all of us here today, I warmly congratulate my dear friend, Mr. Ike Abonyi, for his labor of love and legacy.
I want you to sit down and listen to me, sir. I'm standing on existing protocol. You know, when you invite people for an occasion like this, and they honor you in this way, there's only one word that covers everything you want to say, and that word is thank you. My journey out of the newsroom that brought me to PDP was actually an accidental one. If you are from where I come from, the Modu family are like what Awolowo is to the Yorubas, or Ahmad Bello to the Hausas, and Ojukwu to the Igbos. I was enjoying my journalism in the newsroom when my brother was made national chairman of PDP and insisted I must go with him. When I told him I don't like PDP, I've never written anything positive about PDP, he said, you are the type of people who want, because we are going to redeem PDP. And that's how we entered the PDP. So my entry out of newsroom was my brother here, His Excellency, which lays the word made it possible. We entered the PDP with a clear agenda to redeem the party, because he told us, all the personal staff, that the then president brought him to redeem the party. And at the core of redeeming the party, he discovered that funding, if the party cannot fund itself, it cannot be redeemed. And his first major policy was to introduce a means of digital registration that could have given the party enough money to run without looking at the governors and elected people. And he started it. There was a pilot registration done by the president, but the governors noticed that if by any means Dr. Modu succeeds in what he's doing, there will be no power for the governors. And that was how it was sabotaged, and the process led to his leaving the office within 6 months. And that was the beginning of the loss of power by PDP. Until then, PDP has not recovered. So, when I look back at what took me to the national headquarters of the party, looking back carefully, I know that the sincerity of Dr. Wood to turn the party did not match with that of the segment of the party, and the effect is still there now. The book, the name, Wadata Wonders, the real wonders is not in that book, because the real wonders is not publishable. But we needed to use that headline, at least. We still have some wonders, but the real wonders is not publishable. If you get close to the politicians, you just have to cry for this country. But there's still hope. There's still hope. So I thank all the people who honor this. And the committee members have been very wonderful. All the contacts we made, His Excellency, as at yesterday, the governor of Bauchi State, was told us actually that he was going to come, but no health. He traveled to Uganda and came back and was not feeling too strong. And by the time we spoke with him, you could feel it in his voice that he was not feeling fine. And we are grateful for him. We are grateful for my brother, the keynote speaker, one of the finest Nigerians that Nigeria never utilized. In his 30s, late President Shehu Shagari found in him somebody to be a minister. In his 20s, he became a minister. When the military was doing a transition that gave us democracy, the then president found him necessary to be the spokesperson of government at that time. Since then, this country has not found necessary to utilize the talents they have. But we thank God for his life. We thank God for all the blessings we have received from some of the mentors who have guided us. We are grateful for your coming, and we are not taking anything for granted. As you read the book, you may find something you will not like, some topics you will not like. Some of them will be injurious to your own principle, but that is the essence of the book. When Obasanjo wrote his command and provoked action, he told us that go and write your own command. So if you are provoked to do more literature, that will help our democracy.